Unbothered Moms, where we are shifting our perspectives and letting
Letting
shit
shit
go.
go.
I'm Bridget,
I'm Kat.
and today we are going to round out our 2023 with a best and worst episode. So we're going to go through a list of a couple different
Topics.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about our best and worst and why.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So let's get going.
Let's do it. Okay. So I'm going to ask you first. What was your best meal of 2023?
Yeah. So your girl likes to eat. So I had a good amount of great meals. I would say that when I went down to Memphis for a work trip, they had barbecue there that was just
To die for.
godly. It was awesome. It
What
was
did
so
you have
good.
on your plate?
Well, I had multiple plates of barbecue. But brisket, I always love brisket.
Brisket's so good.
Brisket, even their coleslaw was good. The cornbread. They also do like smoked sausage and cheese. It's like an appetizer, which isn't technically barbecue, but like it's smoked. So
It's smoked, so it is.
Maybe so good. And they had that at like almost every restaurant.
That sounds so good.
Yeah, it was great. I'm like my mouth's watering thinking about it, but it was just like delicious. And
That's
like
when you
so
know you
much
had a
of
good
it.
meal.
And ribs. Oh, the ribs.
Fall off the bone.
Yeah. Just like
you're like, what bone?
Yeah. It was, oh my God, so good. The flavor is just great. And you could smell like as you're walking into the restaurant, like they have the smokers outside. So you just like smell that, and there's like it's like it's almost like an experience on top of just a really good meal.
Yeah.
So that was definitely my best. What about yours?
My best. So I work in New York every like twice a year. I go to New York, and there's this place called the Amman Club, and we had a big meeting there, and it's like top notch. Okay. And my coworker and I got to sit outside, see like the sky view. Like it was so beautiful. And we got to order whatever we wanted from the menu.
Ooh.
So there's two sides of the restaurant. I believe there's Italian, and then there's like Asian food. Okay. So we were on the side with the Asian food, which I'm like, okay. So I got so many options, and it was like so expensive, like top notch, and they were all delicious. Like I got A5 Wagyu.
Ooh.
Okay. I had sushi. I had rice that was like cooked in front of me. Like and the same thing, it was an experience.
Right.
Like bougie. I am not bougie. I'm like, sit me down and give me a burger.
Right.
So I felt kind of out of place, but then once I was like, I'm in it, I totally was just
You
all over
played
that
the
menu.
part.
I played the part. I had a martini with my finger up. It was amazing.
I love that. What was your worst one?
Worst meal. Okay. So went to Terrain. Have you ever been to Terrain?
Yeah.
Okay. So I went to the one in Wayne.
Yeah.
And I just didn't go with my gut. I was trying to be like, eat something different. And they had a harvest bowl.
Okay.
Which had like chickpeas, falafel, like all of this stuff. And I'm like,
sounds decent.
I'm going to do it. And I asked the waitress, I'm like, what do people say about the harvest bowl? She's like, it's one of our number one things. People love it. So now I'm like, I'm going to do it. Like, I'm going to deviate from a sandwich.
Oh, so you normally get a sandwich?
I haven't been there before. But it was between that or the burger.
Oh,
and
burgers are standard.
And I'm like, I could have a burger anywhere. So I'm like, I'm going to do harvest bowl. Has great reviews. She says everyone orders it.
Yeah.
That was the most dry, boring thing. I was like so upset, and it's fine. And she's like, how is it? And I had to lie. I had to lie. I was like, it was great. Thank you. And yeah, after she saw that I didn't freaking eat it, she was probably like, she's a liar.
Oh my God.
But it was just so underwhelming.
Did it have like dressing?
Yeah, it had like tahini dressing.
Okay, yum.
It had everything that sounded amazing that I like. So you put it together, you're like, this is going to be good.
And it wasn't.
Like I could recreate this at home. It was something I wouldn't give to an enemy.
You know what? Falafel is a tricky thing because I feel like it's either really good or really bad, and there's like no in between.
There's no in between. It's like
it's tough.
It's not crunchy enough. It's too soft. The spices are off.
It's or like it's dry, or it's too
crumbly.
Wet.
Yeah,
like it's tough.
Okay, so but it wasn't even the falafel. It was just like everything. So
the whole thing. Oh, bummer.
But I survived.
Yeah,
I'm definitely not starving at any time.
You figured it out.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was your worst?
So it ties into another worst of mine, but it was a hard-boiled egg at an airport. Wasn't great, as you can imagine.
Why did you have a hard-boiled egg at an airport? Like from a convenience store?
No, from the lounge.
Okay.
Bougie, I know.
Did it taste disgusting?
It was just
Like 1,000 were made at the same time?
yeah. It just wasn't it.
No, it gives my stomach like instant like
Right.
ugh.
Like
Eggs are tricky.
and it was already cracked for you. Like I prefer to crack my own eggs, and
Yeah.
I get it slimy and it's just I don't know.
No,
It was
that
not
ain't
a
it
good
for
idea.
me. No, that's not it for me. But
Yeah.
I didn't write one of these down.
You didn't write a
I forgot
drink?
to do a drink, so we'll go past that for now, and then I'll come back to a
You'll
drink.
come back to a drink. Can you think of a drink now?
Best drink. Honestly, probably just like the dirty martini in New York. It was. I love a dirty martini.
Yeah.
The olives have to be spot on too. Don't give me no blue cheese filled olives. I will die.
That's my favorite.
Which I figured because you're a stinky cheese girl.
Yeah. I am.
I can't do blue cheese.
A bar I used to work at had bacon and blue cheese stuffed olives.
Okay.
I used to just pop by the bar and pop
And you
those
love
in.
them.
So good.
See, I love olives that have like jalapenos in them.
Mm.
Jalapeno stuffed olives, so good. Carrie, if you're watching, we would eat like handfuls of them.
Yum.
So good, spicy.
Yeah.
So it was just probably a martini. That's like my classic go-to drink, dirty martini. And you never know what you're gonna get. Like it should taste like strong alcohol, but like a nice briny juice. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I love the plumpy olives. And it had like 3 big plumpy olives. You know, because like sometimes you get the small tiny ones that look like a little shriveled, and you're like, okay, is this from the bottom of the barrel?
And they're like, yeah, ma'am.
They're like, yes, we gave you the last 3. What was your best drink?
Espresso martini, standard, but
from where? Or is it just in general?
I mean, kind of in general, but there's this place in Asbury Park that makes a phenomenal espresso martini. Porta.
Okay.
It's like a pizza place, but kind of like an upscale pizza place. And they actually have a really good espresso martini.
Yum.
I also make a pretty good one myself. I've kind of honed it over the years, and I've never made you one.
I'm literally thinking of how I'm going to test you on this.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good.
Okay.
Last Christmas, me and my brother drank those pretty much all day, so you can imagine how our night was. But
you're like
it was
revved up
holiday.
on caffeine, but also drunk.
Yeah, it was great. We were wired and loopy. It was fun.
That's the best place to be.
My worst one was went to an all-inclusive resort earlier this year, and the margaritas there were fine. It wasn't in Mexico, so that's probably part of the reason. But they were just like either too sugary or too strong. There was like no compromise. So I just stopped ordering them.
Yeah.
Like I wanted them, but I was just like, no, not worth it.
I'm not loving it.
Yeah. I just had tequila and sodas.
Oh, those sound good. Those are always classic.
Or what are they called? Of course I can't think of it right now. It is ranch water. That is what I was ordering.
Isn't that like tequila and
it's tequila, seltzer, and like lime juice, I want to say. Yeah. Fabulous. Light, refreshing.
Light and refreshing, folks. You heard it here.
Very nice. Very nice.
What's my worst? I can't think of anything because I will drink anything.
Yeah. Yeah, you will.
I will drink anything. But I probably had like a beer I didn't like. Because every now and then you get one that just tastes like stale or something.
Remember that one I got at the bar? It was supposed to be like a pumpkin-y.
Oh, wasn't that disgusting?
Fall beer, but it literally tastes like a pile of leaves.
Yeah.
Like too fall. Do less.
Yes. Do less, baby. What about for a TV show? What was your best TV show that you binged on?
Oh, Jury Duty.
I was not expecting that.
It was fabulous. I loved every second of it. I hope they can recreate something like that again, but I don't know because it was such a phenomenon and people loved it. And it's like the publicity was huge. And I mean, this guy who's like just an average guy, he like is meeting all these A-list celebrities now. So I don't know if they'd be able to pull something like that off again. But if they do, I will be watching.
Yeah, me too.
I'm a big fan. I thought it was fabulous. Very well done. Funny, cute, quirky.
Yeah, all the things.
Yeah. Did you watch it?
No.
Oh.
I'm just going with you.
Yeah, it was great. You should watch it. It was really funny. It was good.
I'll have to.
What about your best?
My best was, this is a recent show that came out and I was obsessed. I couldn't wait. I would have to wait like 2 weeks
Mm-hmm.
just so I could watch 2 at once. Because it would come out on Fridays. And I
Okay.
couldn't just deal with one. I needed more than one
Yeah.
episode. So it's actually on Apple TV. It's called Lessons in Chemistry with Brie Larson.
Hmm.
Oh, I mean, it's so
Wait,
good.
is it based on a book?
I'm not sure. It might be. I don't read books
I
at
think I
all.
read a book. What was it called? I
I
think
do
it was called
not
Lessons in Chemistry.
read books,
Give
people.
me the synopsis. Is she a
She's like a chemist
yes,
woman who
yes,
then goes to do like a TV show where she cooks.
yes? Yeah, it's the book I read.
Okay, it's so good.
Yeah, it is good. It's a
Brie
good book.
Larson is amazing.
I didn't
She
know they did
plays
a
the
TV
part. It's
show.
so freaking good. I think it's only like 6 episodes. It's done.
Yeah,
And I can't wait for more. But just the storyline,
yeah,
the people in it, the cast was great. There's so many, it's layered. You know what
yeah,
I mean? It's not just
yeah.
her doing this. It's like all these lives that are intertwining and within like a very kind of segregated time
Mm-hmm.
for people. So it was phenomenal. I
Yeah,
loved it.
that
I
was
thought
on
it
the
was
New
great.
York Times bestseller. I want to say last year,
Ugh.
maybe even the year before that. But it was great. If you want to borrow the book, which you
No,
already
thank
watched the
you.
TV
I
show,
do
so
not. And I barely watch TV. I don't read and I barely watch TV.
wow, you picked a good one.
Yeah.
Congrats.
It's so amazing. And my worst, listen, I don't do a ton of reality TV,
Yeah,
but sometimes I'm like, let's see what's going on. It's mindless. I watched Love is Blind, like
yeah.
the prior 3 or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And each one gets a little more tackier. Okay.
Yeah.
So this most recent one, I couldn't get past a couple episodes because people know now the show and they're
Right.
going on and they're like not authentic. They are not themselves. They're playing the part. It
Mm-hmm.
is just super tacky. And I think we've come past that point of Love is Blind.
Bummer. I watched the first season. I really liked it. But
Because
yeah, sometimes the reality shows,
yeah,
yeah,
it's
like,
too out there now. So
mm-hmm.
people know what they're going into and they know how they're going to be perceived. They
Yes,
know what they have to do. It's like
yes,
prior to that, the first and second, it was so new. The first
yeah,
was way new. So they had no idea what they were
right.
doing. But the second, you kind of have an inkling. So it just is, it's going to get worse as it goes on. So I hope they're done.
That's how I feel like with the I kind of feel that way with The Circle. It's a Netflix reality show. I love it, but it's also tactical. So like you can play a character in a part, but you also have to be tactical. So you can actually play two characters. Like you can play like a fake
See, this is too
character
much
and
for me now. I haven't watched it,
but
but I feel like that's
that
cool.
one is I don't think it's as good as the first season or even second
See?
season, but it's still kind of holding on to something because there's a mystery of well, I guess Love is Blind is mysterious.
Yeah,
You
but
can't
also
see
not.
anything. Yeah.
I don't know.
Like you can't it's just all instant messaging.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
love The Circle.
that's kind of cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it is cool.
Um,
My worst TV show was Beef, which
I
was
haven't watched that,
it
but I've
was
heard some crazy stuff about
yeah,
that.
it was on a lot of top lists. And
Was
I
that
think
Ali Wong?
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so originally a comedian, now turned actress, but like it was interesting at first. It grabbed my attention, and then I kept watching it, and it kind of lost me. Then I just stopped. I was like,
I heard that. I heard very like mixed reviews, and some people said some scenes were like crazy.
oh yeah, some of it's a lot, and I was
Yeah.
like, I'm not. I
No.
have too much going on in my personal life. I don't need all this.
Yeah. No. So
I'm trying to relax here.
okay, I will
Stressing
not.
me out.
I live in the stressful territory of my
Yeah,
life, so I will not be watching Beef.
yeah,
I will be eating it though.
yeah, for sure. Instead of falafel,
Instead of falafel. Coming off of TV shows, what was your favorite movie?
Barbie.
Oh, okay.
I first of all, huge Barbie girl in a Barbie world. And I love pink and I thought the visuals were just like fabulous.
Mhm.
The storyline was fine, but I think the underlying messages really like hit home for me.
Yeah.
I cried 3 times during the movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
It
a
was
lot of crying.
intense. Yeah. It was intense. It
Okay.
was good though. And I know some people were like, it's too much. I'm like,
You can't listen, Barbie's too much.
Barbie's
So
too
you're
much.
gonna get a lot with Barbie.
But also the storyline's about equal rights.
So yeah,
what are we
if you're
talking
saying
about?
it's too much, then you're not on the equal rights train.
Yeah, that's suspect.
Choo choo.
Mm-hmm. What about for you?
Okay, so tell me I'm a mom without telling me you're a mom.
Is it Paw
No,
Patrol?
literally my favorite movie it just hit home for me. Elemental. Disney
Mm,
Pixar, like
okay.
it is the cutest
It was cute.
movie. It's
Yeah.
about all the different elements like coming together and living together, and like it was just really cute.
Yeah. That is a good
Anytime
one.
the kids are like, "What do we watch?" I'm like, "Elemental." I'm not sick of it yet. I just thought the message was so cute of like bringing the elements together.
Yeah. And that
Um
they can live
and
in
that
a
they
world
yeah,
of
together.
one. Yeah.
And they all need each other.
Yeah.
It was
The
really
music was
cool.
good in
The
that movie
music was
too.
cool. The visuals, like I just thought it was such a cute movie
Yeah.
and well done.
Yeah. I agree. I
Um
agree.
oh, worst movie. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. Best Christmas ever on Netflix. You know how like seasonal movies come out and you're like, okay, that I can just put this on in the
Yeah.
background.
I've tried a couple
Fine.
of those. They're hit or miss. They're
Hit or
hit or
miss. Hit
miss.
or miss. This was a miss by 1,000 freaking miles because here's the cast. You ready? Are you ready for the cast?
Yeah.
Heather Graham, Jason Biggs, Brandy.
Random.
Like, but how do you met? Those are all like well-known people.
Yeah. And
How do you
seemingly
mess it up?
good actors.
It was the tackiest thing I have ever seen in my
What
life
was
with
wrong
like
with
no
it?
real plot.
Oh.
It was bizarre. And my poor parents, when I just went to go see them, they're like, "What can we watch?" I'm like, "This one looks kind of cute. Like, look at the people in it." They were just
Right.
trying to do some filler movie.
And they
My
cursed
dad
you
was like,
out.
Catherine Murray, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. You are not picking any more movies. And I was like, yeah, I'm not.
Damn.
I am not.
Your privileges were revoked.
I fail every time because it just looked funny and cute. And I'm like,
Right.
stupid.
And yeah, the cast was
And the
seemingly
cast,
good.
it wasn't random people. They're legit people. American Pie. How do you get beyond that?
Yeah. Oh.
Brandy, that boy is mine.
So good.
So, anyways,
Did she
do not
sing
watch
in the
it.
movie?
Yes.
Oh. Was that good?
No.
Oh no.
It was all terrible. I can't even talk about it.
That's
Anyway,
so
what was
sad.
your worst?
Well, my daughter's been on a kick of the Haunted Mansion during Christmas time for God knows what reason. The most recent one's fine, and I know it didn't get released this year, but the one with Eddie Murphy, no,
No.
it's not for me.
I've seen it too. Just missing.
It's just
missing something.
yeah. The one that was released most recently, I think it was this past year, is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I actually really like that, and I got scared a couple times during the movie.
Oh.
And Izzy was not scared. She goes, "Mommy, why'd you jump?" I'm like, there's a ghost. What do you mean? Why did I jump?
You're like,
And she was like, "It's not even that scary." I'm like, okay, well,
you're just so lame, Mom.
I am. I'm a scaredy cat. I always have been though.
Yeah. I love scary movies.
I do not.
I do not.
Okay. I got so scared. I stuttered.
What about a purchase?
Bogg Bag. Best.
Okay, I got onto we have like a group of moms.
Yes.
There's like 5 of us, I think. And we went out one time. Everyone had a Bogg bag. I'm like, what the heck is a Bogg bag? And I was left out. And I'm like, what is this? I want to be part of this Bogg community. And it's amazing.
Why did I laugh like that?
It is literally amazing. So it's like a bag that is like waterproof, sandproof, like everything. You could throw your stuff in it. You could rinse it out.
And by proof, we mean it still gets water and sand in it, but it's so easy to
it won't ruin
it's
it.
It's like a crock. I think
it's literally like a big crock.
Yeah, Croc missed the boat.
They could have made crock bags.
They missed the boat. Bogg took them up on it.
So BOGG.
Mm-hmm.
Look them up. They're amazing.
They have all these accessories and little bags.
And they're kind of like a crock. The accessories snap into the bag like a croc shoe.
Mm-hmm.
So it's cool.
I'm obsessed.
It's great. The Bogg bag is amazing.
You just throw so much shit in there.
And they have 1,000 colors.
And
like she has obviously hot pink.
Yeah.
Barbie. And I have like a deep green.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah.
My best purchase was the laser hair removal.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Forgot about that.
You're a smooth gal over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love it.
You got to start using on your armpits. I'm telling you, it's a game changer.
I know. I want to do like everywhere, but I just like, and it doesn't even take long.
No,
I like
it doesn't.
make excuses. I'm like, well, I don't feel like it. And it's
Yeah.
like, catch me with my sunglasses on. You have to wear sunglasses, y'all, because the lights are like.
No, they're like not even sunglasses. They're like Ray Charles glasses.
Yes. Yeah.
Like intense. Stevie Wonder. Like Izzy walks in, Mommy, what's wrong with your eyes?
I'm like protecting my eyes
Yeah, I'm
from
like, "Get outta
these
here."
lasers that are destroying my hair.
Yeah, it's the best. I did forget about that. That's a good one. That's a good gift to give somebody, I feel
But it's
like.
expensive.
It's a couple $100.
Yeah.
But if it's somebody that you normally spend
You're
that
like, hey,
much
you're
on
kind of
anyway.
hairy. Here you go.
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe. I mean,
Good.
help
Interesting.
them out, you know?
You know what my worst was?
What?
And this was my best. Okay, it's like my best but worst because it's the product. My nose hair trimmer. Feel like it stopped working. The other day, I'm like, hey,
Change batteries?
No, it's still going. I just not getting my hairs.
Maybe you just stopped growing hairs in your nose.
No, they're in there.
Oh.
That's the problem. I did it. And then when I went into the super zoomed mirror in the sunlight, I was like, how long have you been there?
Yeah.
Were you just not doing anything and making the fake noise? So I think I need to like purchase a new one.
Well, they're like pretty affordable.
Yeah, they're cheap. I'll go on Amazon.
You probably go on
and find the next one.
Ulta or something. They probably like a sale.
I know. Like
Yeah.
nose hair trimmers, please. Like, listen, I'm not out here trying to have my nose hairs seen from the side.
That is awkward.
Yeah. I'm like, why? For what?
For what? It's just uncomfortable for people. It's like, why are you looking? Like, if I see somebody's nose hairs, I feel like I'm like looking in their soul.
I know, because it's their nose
It's kind
hairs.
of personal.
It is personal. What about your worst?
So my worst is a pair of Betsy Johnson shoes. Like I'm a big shoe person. Like I have all these fun, interesting shoes. And I've never worn them. I don't have a place to wear them to. They're open toe. They're pink leopard print.
Oh my
A
God.
little bit of, I think, a polka dot or a stripe or something. Like
I want to vomit.
they're insane. They have a huge black like sequin bow on them. Like they're cute as shit. And I think I got them for like one of the weddings that I had earlier
And
this
you didn't
year.
wear them?
And I didn't wear them.
You could wear them with an all black dress, right?
I mean, yeah, but when?
I don't know, but they sound terrible.
I've worn them around the house.
Can you please send the picture to me?
Oh yeah, they're so
I
cute.
need to see
I'm
them.
obsessed with them. And I saw another ad for a Betsy Johnson shoe, and I wanted them, and I was like, "Girl, you just bought a pair, and for what? You're never gonna wear them." So I didn't add to cart. Are you proud of me?
I'm so proud.
Thanks. But I just love my shoes. My hot pink shoes.
Okay, yeah. I like to be as plain as possible. Right?
Yeah.
Although my shoes are not super plain
Well, your
today.
sneakers are cool.
Yeah. Let me see if I can get my foot up in the air.
I think the only heels I've ever seen you wear though are like black.
Black or nude.
Black or nude, yeah. Yeah, those are cute. Nike. Cool.
I got a cramp.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're still holding that up there.
Sorry. Didn't mean to cramp your leg up there.
Right. But that's why we get along so well, because we're polar opposites with most things, but we also agree on a lot.
Yeah.
Opposites on like that stuff. Like you wouldn't catch me in that shoe. You could not pay me to be in that shoe.
I think somebody could pay you to be in that shoe.
All right. How much?
Exactly.
All right. Going over to the next topic. What was your best trip?
I have tied for 2.
No. You can't do it. You cannot.
Why not?
It's only one.
All right, fine.
If you you have to pick one. So that's how you know.
Okay. So California. Went to California beginning of last year with Izzy.
So fun.
It was great because I got to see 2 of my super, super close friends in like their houses that they bought with their partner.
That's
and
amazing.
Their neighborhood and stuff like that, and got to hang out and spend time. And that was just super awesome. It was great.
That.
I loved it.
Because just to like be there and see things from their way of life and their perspective is cool. Because like, it's not like a crazy trip, but it's like hey, would love to see you, would love to know where you're at.
And literally, that's what my friend Kenzie was like, well, what do you want to do? I'm like, I want to just like hang.
Yeah.
Like, let's just hang out.
I love that.
I shipped Izzy's scooter there. So she was scooted around like Santa Monica. We got some fresh fruit, went on the boardwalk a little bit. She got the shit scared out of her with the amusement ride. It was just fun.
I love that.
It was a good time.
That's really cool.
And it was her first like flight that she remembered.
Oh.
So she was pumped about that too.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What about your worst trip?
My worst trip was, now I will preface with it wasn't my worst trip per se, but something terrible happened during the trip, which made it the worst trip. So went to Jacksonville to visit one of my best friends, with a bunch of my best friends for like we do like a birthday trip or a birthday like event because a bunch of us have birthdays in February. So we went end of February, beginning of March, and on the way back, like the trip itself was great. It was so fun to be with them. It just feels like home when we're all together. And on the way back, our flight got delayed. I want to say like 12 hours overnight.
That's
So,
terrible.
and it was because somebody at the airport ran the little luggage cart into the fucking plane.
Fired.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're
like
fired.
immediately.
Oh my
Immediately
gosh.
go get a drug test.
So there was like no reason for that.
There was
Yeah.
no like people
No
were
bad
boarding,
weather.
then they had to like unboard,
Yeah.
deboard. And then we had to wait to see. We waited like almost 2 hours in the airport to see if it was going to get fixed. And then they said it's not going to get fixed. I want to say this was like 10:30 at night, right? So now they're like, you're rescheduled. The flight's delayed until like 8 a.m. tomorrow. So we're like, what the hell? We had to go find an airport, scramble to find an airport with.
You mean a hotel?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. I'm like, you're in the airport.
Scramble to find a hotel with the rest of the people on the flight. 120 people maybe. So we find an airport. We go there.
Hotel.
Oh, hotel. Sorry, the airport really is fucking with my head.
This is a bad trip, y'all.
It's a bad trip. So we go to the hotel. There, we all split a room because we're like, we're not all individually paying for rooms. We're gonna be sleeping for 5 hours, literally, just like a soft place to lay our head. Nobody could really sleep. It was like the worst. Then we come back to the airport super early and the flight is delayed again 2 or 3 times. So we should have already been home
for a full day.
And we didn't wind up landing, I want to say, until like 1 or 2 p.m. the following day. And that's where I had my bad egg in the lounge.
Oh, so that's a twofer.
Yeah. It
Not
was just
y'all.
terrible. And we were flying Frontier, so I'm not doing that again.
No.
First and last.
Use a real flight service. Thank you.
Yeah. Terrible. What about you?
My best was we did a family trip to Dominican Republic this year. It was awesome. It was fun. We went to this like family resort, all inclusive.
Yeah.
They had people to like babysit your kids, which was amazing. They would do like arts and crafts while you had dinner, so you didn't have to, worry about your kids not eating or screaming or whatever. Just like the food was good, the drinks were good, the weather was great. It was just a really fun trip. The kids' first plane ride, which was pretty good.
Oh, their first.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Awesome.
So it was just really fun. All around. We're supposed to go back in April too.
Nice.
Yeah. So we'll see. But then my worst was, and I can't really consider it a trip, but I'm going to for this purpose.
It is a trip.
It was, so I literally drove to my parents 7 hours to drop my dogs off. Stayed the night and drove back 7 hours. This is before the trip because my dogs have never stayed like at a kennel or anything. And I thought it was way too long for someone to just be at the house. Like I would have paid them $1 million. And then also like at the time, Greer was senior dog. She had medicine to take. And I was like, I just can't do that to her. So I was so stressed out. So I'm like, my parents have known her for 13 years, like they're the perfect place to bring her. So I drove both my dogs 7 hours, slept, woke up first thing in the morning, drove 7 hours back. And then like the flight was like in a couple days, So then that wasn't even the worst. I get back. I don't really have time. Like my parents are over my dogs because my dog was like got sick there. It was like a whole freaking thing.
Yeah.
Like they did so much work. So then I'm like, I need to go pick up these dogs.
Right.
Like specifically Greer because she was not doing well. Like they were pretty sure she was on her deathbed there. That was not good. So they were like, please get this dog.
Yeah.
Like,
don't want this.
Don't let her die here. We love her, but no. So I think we got back Saturday night. This is Saturday night at like 10 p.m. I left at like 8 a.m. Sunday morning, drove 7 hours, okay, to pick up the dogs. had dinner, drove right back 7 hours.
Oh my God.
I'm like, literally on the way back, I'm like, I could be a long haul trucker.
Literally.
I drove 14 hours.
Yeah.
But that was like the worst trip because it was just, I mean, it was so great that I could go there and pick her up, like
Yeah.
both of them up. But Greer was like livened up when she saw me. I'm like, she's not dead. Yay. But it was a lot.
It sounds like a lot.
Not the kind of trip I want to
And
have.
exhausting after a vacation. With kids, vacation is a loose
It's not a
term we
vacation.
use. Yeah.
It is not a vacation. It's just like a
It's
different place to hang out.
Yeah, it's a time away from your house, your
literally.
residence.
Yeah. So that was the worst trip.
That's fair.
I
we put on concerts and shows on the list because I love a concert. Best concert, hands down, was Beyonce for me.
Oh yeah.
So good.
And you had a great outfit.
I did have a great outfit. She had multiple great outfits, fabulous outfits, as you would
I
expect.
think her mom designs them, doesn't she?
Really?
Yeah. Tina knows. She designs her outfits.
Oh my God, I love that for
Or
them.
she used to.
I mean, maybe she does still now.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's amazing.
Yeah. How about you?
Post Malone. We went together.
Yes, we did.
But also, it was my only concert this year. But he would have won regardless because it was awesome.
Yeah.
He's just so cool. He gets into the crowd. He's so energetic.
He's so talented too.
You can't help but just feel the vibe with him.
Like goofy, down to earth.
Yeah.
He was funny. I was cracking up.
I want to hang out with him and have a beer.
Yeah.
Like literally, he's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
What was your worst one?
I don't really have one. I feel like you spend, I don't know, for me, I'm like, I spend money on these things so I can go and enjoy it. And I truly do like enjoy the plays that I go to, the shows that I go to. Like I went to Moulin Rouge this year. That was really unexpected. Like I actually never saw the movie beforehand. But that was really good. I went to a couple comedy shows. Hilarious. I don't have a worst.
No, that's great.
How about you?
Oh, this is going to count because it has to. So I just did the North Pole in Conway, New Hampshire with the kids and my brother and sister-in-law and their kids. And we were so excited for it. We pull up to Santa's workshop to go see like
the
workings. The workings. It was so lame. Like my kids didn't even like it. It's for kids. And my kids were like,
is it like a little play that they do?
Yeah, it's like they sing and they're like, Santa's coming out. Do you want to see us work? It was, my brother was so mad that the elves were elderly.
What?
He's like, we can't even get a real elf looking person in here. He's like, give me a child.
Right.
Give me something. Someone with energy that looks like they are an elf.
So
it was just all these like old retired people. Fine, cool. Like you have a job. But they were just like, and trying to sing. And then they're like, let's sing a song about a snowman. And then the wrong song started playing. It was like, I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. So it was just, they couldn't get their stuff together.
Did they roll with it or were they like wrong song?
They rolled with it.
That's hilarious.
But they couldn't get their stuff together. And it was just so lame for the amount of money we spent on the tickets. Or the amount of money my brother and sister-in-law spent on the tickets. Yeah.
That's funny, but not funny.
But literally the whole time I'm like,
is it like a long train ride?
No, it should have been a long train ride. The train ride was the best part. You get on and then they're like, okay, 10 minutes later, you're like off at Santa's village and you're like, we just took our freaking jackets off. You're going to make us put jackets back on, these children? It wasn't what we expected. And it was just very, like, we will not be going back next year.
Yeah. I mean, sounds like you should.
I was hoping it could become like a tradition.
Right.
No, one and done, baby.
I mean, I wouldn't want that either. It sounds actually terrible.
Thank you. No, thank you. And speaking of children.
Yeah.
What are your best and worst, like, memories with your kids this year?
Best with Izzy, I've seen her a lot. So with her being in daycare, I feel like you don't get to see them a lot because you're working, they're at daycare the whole time. But with her coming home from school a little bit earlier and getting involved in different like activities, having different play dates, I've seen her like be very helpful to other kids.
So sweet.
That is like just warms my heart. And it's unprovoked.
Yeah.
It's like she'll just see somebody that needs assistance or that it could be anything.
She even does it with my kids.
Yeah.
She's like, so helpful.
Let me just help you. And I'm like, That is so nice. I
Mhm.
love that's like my favorite thing from this year is being able to witness that with her. And the worst thing was having her first bully experience at
Ugh.
school. Like, I wanted to fight a
Yep.
fourth grader.
I know. I know.
I did.
It's natural.
Yeah.
You wanna
So,
protect your kids.
but yeah. So we're working through that, but it's
Mhm.
getting better.
Good.
How about you for the children?
The children. Um, so I guess for my kids, one thing that I wrote down is just, like, they had so much cousin time
Mm.
because obviously my family's Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and just seeing them interact with their cousins, like, on multiple occasions,
Yeah.
it is so cool to witness. Like, it is the coolest thing just having family be together,
Mm-hmm.
and because we miss out on it so much,
Right.
when I see it, I literally just, like, wanna cry. It's the coolest
Oh,
thing
that's cute.
because I grew up with cousins, like,
Oh,
and it
yeah.
was the coolest thing ever. You have, like, built-in friends,
Mm-hmm.
and they're all different ages, and they all play together.
That's so nice.
And it was just, like, really cool to witness that as they've gotten older.
Right.
'Cause at first when they're just babies sitting there, it's like,
Boring.
their heads are, like, moving around everywhere. But now that they could all swim together and play games together,
Right.
paint, it just felt cool to witness.
That's awesome.
Um,
Not the
and my
worst.
worst, honestly, they just freaking fight all the time. It's constant. Like, you have to buy them the same of everything,
Or there's a fight.
or they'll be like, "I want the blue." I'm like, "You have never liked blue in your life."
Right.
So it's just been a year of, like, a tough age with the constant bickering and fighting
Mm.
and beating each other up.
They do beat each other.
They do.
I feel like it's healthy though.
It is healthy.
It
I got
gives
my butt
character.
kicked by my brothers, and then guess what? One day I kicked theirs.
I told Izzy, she said something smart to me this morning. I said, I can't wait till you're older. She said, why? I said, because we're gonna fist fight. And she goes, how about we just slap fight?
And
She
you're
didn't-
like, "Okay."
She didn't even say like, no, I don't want to. She's like, let's do this instead.
I love that.
I'm like,
That's your child.
my child, yes.
Mm.
And the core memory for my child is her first flight.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, not fight, but flight.
Are we doing core memories in general or as kids?
I did core memory in general.
Okay, in general. Her first
Yeah.
flight, was she, like, so, like,
She was
enamored?
pumped, so happy, so
Mhm.
excited. She made a friend on the airplane. Her friend like came and delivered her a note. And like then they were like pen pals on the plane. It was the cutest thing ever.
That's super cute.
They were both so excited. They were going to Hawaii. We were going to California. So it was both were long flights.
Yeah. I love
But,
that.
yeah. What's your core memory?
My core memory, you were involved in this. My birthday girls trip
Oh
in
yes,
Connecticut.
that was great.
All, like, my favorite women there, and it was just incredible.
It was really fun.
We had so much fun just, like, being silly
Just yeah.
and just being in each other's presence, and I remember going into that weekend on E. I was empty. I was like, "Put a fork in me, I'm done."
Mm-hmm.
And I left so rejuvenated, and my cup was full.
Oh,
And it was just, like, the most incredible memory, and I'll always think of that.
it was great.
It was awesome.
Until I drove your car on the way home and
Almost killed us.
it.
I was not driving. I was tired. I was hungover.
Yeah.
And you were so sweet because you were tired and probably hungover too. And you're like,
Yeah.
"I'll do it."
I'll do
And
it.
a couple times I woke up like, you almost just tipped this thing. You're like, "It's a boat." Driving a boat.
It is. I have my little Nissan Altima, and you
Yeah.
have what do you have? An
Expedition.
Expedition. I was not used to it. Those on and off ramps really were a doozy. I can take those things at like 45, 50.
Yeah.
Not in your car.
No, 25, 30.
Yeah.
That's it.
Could have used a warning on that one.
That is my worst core memory. Almost dying.
Almost dying several times.
What's your worst core memory?
2023. My worst core memory is Jingle Ball this past year.
Just happened.
It just happened last week. I was super excited. I love concerts. Izzy loves music. So I was like, let's go to your first concert. And she pretty much hated it.
Mm-hmm.
We left after like 5 songs. We saw like a K-pop band that I didn't really care about, and Jelly Roll, which was cool. He was great. But yeah, I mean, Usher was performing, and
Usher.
yeah, we were home before he took the stage.
You had to be ushered home before that.
Yeah, but I tried to like not be upset.
You went with it.
Because I didn't want to be upset in front of her, even though I was like, I've loved this man for decades, and I'm walking out of the concert.
But see, you're a great mom. You put her needs first, and you'll think of that always.
Yep, I will always think about that. That'll come up next time we get in a fight.
Yep.
Remember that time you made me when
you're slap fighting each other?
This is for me missing Usher in 2023.
It's like 2020 or 2030 something.
Probably 2030 something. It could be 2025 at this rate. Who knows?
That's awesome.
What about you? Worst core memory of 2023?
Worst core memory, hands down. Saying goodbye to my dog.
Yeah.
Greer Adams, aka Tuna. Yeah, 13 years with her. Died in our arms. Yeah, it was a lot. Yeah. I still don't even feel like I process it. Just buried that shit.
Yeah.
But she was the best dog ever. And it was the worst core memory of 2023, but it was also like the best that I could be there with her.
Yeah. I think it was best case scenario given the situation.
The circumstances. Yeah. So had to say goodbye, and 2024 will start without her. But
we probably should have reversed these.
I know, now I feel sad.
Ending on the worst is not great.
But guess what? It is what it is.
Yeah.
And here we are. And we're about to start 2024.
That's crazy.
I know.
I'm pumped though. I love a new year.
Let's cheers with our Starbucks. You say Starbies.
Starbies. Cheers.
It's been such
a drink.
Oh, crazy. Sorry.
Bad luck. I can't start the year off like that.
But I will say it has been such a fun time with you this year.
So
starting
fun.
This.
Yes.
Like it has been beyond our wildest dreams.
What is this, our second year of friendship?
Second year of friendship.
Which people are like, that's not trail.
And it's like, no, literally. But you just meet people where souls are meant to be together.
Yeah.
And they just collide and it works.
Hand hug. I know you hate my hand hug.
It's supposed to be this way. That's why.
Oh, right.
But thank you guys for everything.
Yeah.
Thank you for your support. We are excited to, come in with 2024. We have goals for this podcast for next year. This is kind of just a sneak preview of all to come. Just getting our feet wet. I almost said warm.
We're getting a little warmer.
Our
first episode till now.
But we do have some things in the works, and we're excited to keep this going with you guys. We're so happy to share it with you, and we hope you have the best holiday season and a fantastic new year, and we'll be there to share it with you.
Yes.
Right?
Thanks for joining us.
We'll catch you next week. See ya.